Hey guys, VTech here, Blueberry Hill. So here's a third video that I shot for the big crane lift, placing all our 11 containers onto our pilings. The prior videos were GoPro time-lapsed. This is real time. A couple of places in this video it'll be sped up just so you don't have to watch slow motion or several hours of this stuff. But anyway, it's a compilation of placing the containers and how the crew worked, doing all that stuff. Thanks to all my friends who helped out: Tom Holt, Eric Jones, of course Angie, my father-in-law, and I guess myself, whatever. And my neighbors who helped out by providing some of the rigging and some moral support as well. So that was kind of cool. Anyway, great bunch of people. It went a lot easier than expected. I can't say anything but good stuff about this whole entire crew. We had a couple of mishaps, but you know, for construction, that's expected, and we worked through it, and nobody got hurt, didn't damage nothing, and we placed all 11 containers in 7 hours, and even had lunch. So there. So, and a few beers afterwards too. But anyway, thanks for watching. Now the process of building the container house really kicks off. I'll be showing a bunch of stuff from that. What's going to happen next? Anyway, well, apart from you seeing us place the container, this is real time, right? So you'll see us put it down, and it actually, once we locate where it goes, plop it down, we plop the next one in, and off we go. But a lot of these containers, you know, they're not perfectly straight or level. They got bowed walls, and that was a bit of a challenge because when we put two of them together, the walls would not let them sync up. They're about an inch away from each other because of that. So not a big deal. I'll have to do a little extra work. I'll be cutting one of the walls out of the containers. Most of the double wides are basically open, so I'll cut the inside walls out. I'm going to do a process where I cut one wall out, cinch them together, weld them together in sequence, and I'll show you that in upcoming videos. But not a big deal. A little bit more shimming than expected. I did laser the columns days before this, so they should all be on I have a shim height on all of them, and some of the containers aren't even touching them. So all the containers are solid. They're sitting on 3 to 4 pillars. Not all of them, I'll tell you that. And mostly because they're slightly tweaked. So we'll fix that. We'll shim it, weld it, and make it right. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll talk at you later. So we placed this container temporarily where it's sitting, and then we're going to shove a container in between the yellow and the blue one right there because of the trees, and I guess that's what Anthony decided to do. And then we're going to re-hook up the blue one and slide it in there. So it's coming. So here we're placing the in between there. We slid it in real nice. This one actually sat in pretty good. And then we're going to re-hook up the one on the left and shimmy it over to the right one as well. So everything went pretty cool. We did manage to, well, the crane, since it lifts one side of the container before the other, so it doesn't, you know, fully load the container, the crane. It made the left rear column take all the load of the container, which moved it a little bit. I'm not sure you'll see it in this video, but we actually took that corner column out totally. I used my tractor, I pulled it over. We tried to straighten it out, and it kind of didn't work out too good. And then later on, we just pulled it over. So we're going to cantilever that corner and leave it alone, and we're good to go. But anyway, things worked really well. Again, I can't say anything but good stuff here. This was rocking. So we were like, I don't know, an hour and a half in. So you see Pop trying to see if we're doing things right. Anyway, it was cool watching this. So skipping ahead a little bit, I have the tractor on the back. It's pushing against the column, and we're just going to yank it over. The very back column you can't really see very well, but we put a couple come-alongs on the front of this thing, tighten it up, and then we did have trouble trying to move that container over to butt against the one on the right, the blue one on the right. Anyway, once the container kind of loaded that column and moved it, we tried to put it in place, and because of the movement, it kind of made it too high. So it was kind of a weird thing, but no big deal. I have 5 columns per side of these things holding everything up, so we're just going to pull the column off, and it's going to cantilever that corner, and we're going to call it good. Again, everything gets welded up, and it'll be structurally sound, not a problem. So this container's our living room wall. Most of this wall container is going to be cut out for big doors and just an access to the backyard area. And this is the bottom floor for the game room. There'll be a game room on top. 2 containers go on top of this, and you'll see that in a little bit. And we did it in sequence. This is T-boning the yellow containers we placed earlier, and then on the very right side of this one, 2 jut out from there, perpendicular to it. That's our master bedroom and bathroom. So it is kind of a funky process, but we had to do them in sequence to make sure everything was butted up properly. I did have a few not mishaps, but the pillars weren't quite 100% lined up on the back side of this container. We hit every one of them, but they weren't as plumb as I wanted them. But it is what it is. So here we're flying the first container. That's our master bathroom and bedroom. And there's two of them that go here. There'll be a blue one on the closest side to us on the pillars that we're gonna lay down later. We're gonna do our kitchen next, and then come back and do the blue one. We had to come up with a plan for the rigging, as I mentioned in the video. If you watched the prior video, the hooks are fairly big on the corners, so we had to do a bottle jack platform that supported the one side of the container, so we could unhook from the chains and then let it down nicely onto the posts. Bit of a process, but not a big deal. They managed it. They basically came up with that plan, and we just followed it up. Everything worked out. So we switched over to, I sped this up a tiny bit, I'm not sure how far, it's been double speed. But here's placing the, right in front of the crane. Two of these containers are the main kitchen area. The center walls, of course, get cut out, and then there'll be an open spot that I have to build out for the living room between these two containers and that container you see on the right. And that'll be a stick build. I'll have to do a pier and beam kind of floor, blah blah blah, and build it out. But anyway, it's a fairly large kitchen, living room area. So that was our, most people congregate there, so that's what we're doing. And these were easy. I couldn't call them pillars. They're pretty much pads. There's so much rock in this property that some of them are, I think they're like, it's actually, a few of them are like 3 feet deep, but they're still just a pad. It sits pretty much on the floor. Easy to place. We did them in record time. So we're gonna, unfortunately this camera runs out of battery in a little bit, but this was the container that gave us a little bit of worry, just because of the way it rigged up, and we couldn't have hooks. We weren't able to unhook the hooks from the container if we place it down, so we used a bottle jack to jack up one side, place the container, then Coyote went on top, unhooked the chains, and then we let the bottle jack down, and it all sat down on the fillers. It did move one time. You might actually see that in this video, and we had to recollect ourselves, redo the bottle jack, and then we got it done. And what you won't see in this video, I don't think, is the placing of our upper deck, which is our game room. 2 containers go on top of this area right here. So you're going to see us congregating here trying to solve the bottle jack problem. We had to come up, we put I think 4 or 5 come-alongs underneath, cinched everything up, and then let the bottle jack down, and it all just sat perfectly in place. Here you see us kind of contemplating what to do. The camera ran out of battery. Yay for me. That's not good when you're trying to do a YouTube channel video and show what we're doing. But in any case, everything worked out. Again, the help and the crew were fantastic. It is a really cool experience. Angie and I are actually enjoying this. Just meeting the people that are helping us out. It's awesome. Everybody's willing to work hard, get all sweaty and dirty, and get the job done, and we're very impressed. So thanks to everybody, and anyway, hopefully the process will show us a nice forever home, and we'll be good to go. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Come on back, and we'll have more videos for you. Laters.